Let's Junk More Journey is building a home base. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing? Okay, let's just start this thing off, shall we? All right. So, just like any other community or part of the community, we have little subsects. I mean, the sticks and bricks people, you know, you have people that are just barely getting by, living paycheck to paycheck, and you got other ones that live in very large houses with swimming pools and have a vacation house and all kinds of other stuff, and then everywhere in between. It would seem that the same goes for the RVing nomad community. You have those that just can't get by. They just scrape and scrounge and are stuck in one spot for a while because they don't have enough money for fuel to move and buy food at the same time. So, you know, but then you have others that drive around their big old fancy Class A's and they stay at RV parks all the time and have full hookups and all the amenities. And just like the sticks and bricks people, you have the myriad of people in between. So, let's Junk More Journey. These guys, they decided they want a home base. Now, Marissa's mother had a house. She sold it to one of Marissa's sisters, but they have a hunk of land out behind the house that Mama always wanted to have a little cabin back there. So they decided they will split the cost and they will build Mama a cabin and a little mini RV park back there with a little place for Nate and Marissa and them and the little one on the way. And I think that's what's driving them, you know, all this traveling and babies coming in and everything. Anyway, but yeah, so they're going to have a spot with full hookups for them, a spot with full hookups for anybody that wants to visit, and then a little spot for kind of like guest for boondocking purposes. Now, they're finding out that, yeah, we got the land, but all we got to do is just, you know, get a little road back there, clear out a little spot in the trees, and get all the hookups. They're finding it ain't so easy or cheap.
Is that we want to get our own piece of land, fix it the way we want, the entrance way we want, have the extra spot the way we want. Because what we didn't realize is that setting things up for an RV has been just as much, if not more, than what it would be to set up for a house. But I don't know, this is cool. I mean, I grew up on a farm. I grew up around the woods. I grew up being outdoors a lot. So this feels good. It feels good. May not feel good once I see the bill for what it's gonna cost. But like, that's just to have hookups in the woods. Yeah. And with the electric, I'd always heard, oh, you know, if you're putting something out there, you know, they're gonna run it for free. Well, if it's an RV, they're not. So it's gonna be like almost $4,000 to run it from the road. Actually, they're running it from the road over here, but run it from the road back to the woods, which is like 350, 400 feet back there. So we're gonna have like $4 grand into the electric. We're gonna have $2 to $4 grand into the water. Figure out what we're gonna do on septic. We've got to pay for gravel. I don't know if you've ever laid gravel. Gravel is not cheap.
So yeah, they got to run power. They got to have a big septic system so they can hook up and everything. So to have all the amenities back there, it's gonna be a little bit of coin. So the first thing I thought was, our girl RV Joey, she talked about this van and van docking station on this free land that she got, and she had all these grand ideas, and old couch surfer that she is, that can barely drive out of the driveway. I don't know. I don't think it's as easy and cheap as everybody claims and brags it is. Now we have Keeping Your Daydream. Now, Keep Your Daydream, they went all out. Now, they call it a cabin, but it's a damn house. It's got a basement and the first floor and a second floor, and it's I mean, it's not ginormous, and it is kind of cabin looking, but it's a nice, pretty big, nice space. But they got this thing, and they're decking it all out and buying furniture and all that good stuff and painting it and making it all purty and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. According to most of the RVers and nomads, they're kind of being stupid, you know, because you're supposed to quit your job and sell everything and go live in a van and drive around and be stress-free. Here, these folks are going backwards. They're leaving the road and they're coming and they're going to have a place to actually stay where they can sit down around the fire and have lights on without worrying about running their battery out. Going to the bathroom, taking long showers. Yeah, everybody, the whole family. Cooking in the kitchen, sitting down and eating a meal. And if it's snowing, having heat and all that good stuff. So I don't know where they're getting these crazy ideas of living in a house. How dumb is that? I know, I'm just kidding. But that's what you hear. You hear all these RVers and nomads, man, just quit your job, sell everything, move in a van or an RV, go hit the road. Well, it would appear that everybody doesn't think that way. After a couple of years on the road and traveling around and seeing the sights and doing the deal, and maybe get a little bit tired of being always on the move. And maybe some folks would like to sit down and relax and actually enjoy the comforts of home. Now, I'm sure it's not for everybody. I'm sure there's those that love to move every day or once a week, and they're not tired of it yet. But then again, it takes all kinds. So you don't have to sell everything and quit your job and do everything to live the good life. You don't have to live in a condo to be living the good life. You don't even have to be living on a top floor penthouse in a New York apartment to be living a good life. If to you, living a good life is living in that penthouse and you can afford it, hats off to you. If your idea of living a good life is being in your RV, not having a plan, and just cruising around and parking your butt wherever you can find a place, then, again, more power to you. Takes all kinds, doesn't it? And just think, if we were all the same, it'd be a pretty boring-ass place to live now, wouldn't it? This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.